Imagine you wake up inside a large palace where silence feels heavy. You try to move, but your legs ache. Breathing feels like lifting stones. Your mind tries to understand why your body fails to behave like others. Then, an old secret is whispered. You are told that your family tree does not branch. Your parents are cousins. Your grandparents are siblings. Your family chose blood over nature. You are not a child of love, but a product of repeated unions meant to preserve names, power, and fortune. The cost is your health. The price is your freedom. Many women in history lived this truth, not in nightmares, but in daylight. Their lives were filled with slow suffering, loneliness, and a silent scream against destiny. Their stories were forgotten, hidden beneath royal titles and decorated tombs. Let us uncover those lives, not to mock, but to remember. Let us walk into the twisted corridors of time where women were trapped in roles they never chose. Women who were born to be symbols of purity, but lived as victims of genetic decay. Royal families in Europe believed that pure blood meant divine rule. They married within their families, thinking it would protect their status. Instead, they created generations of broken daughters. These women were not queens of glory, but of grief. Our journey begins with Maria Anna of Austria. She was born in Vienna in 1634. Her arrival was not celebrated with joy but concern. From her first breath, her body struggled. Her spine bent forward. Her chest felt tight. Her mouth did not close properly. Eating was painful. Her meals were cut into tiny pieces. Every bite was a battle. Her bones felt tired. Her limbs did not carry her like they should. But worst of all was her mind's clarity. She understood too well. She saw her face in paintings of her ancestors and noticed the same twisted jaws, same curved backs, same haunted eyes. Maria Anna realized she was only the latest in a long chain of ruined children. Her parents were relatives. So were their parents. The family line was a circle instead of a tree. She tried to find comfort in reading. Books became her escape. In stories, people married for love. In fiction, children were born with strong bodies and hopeful futures. Her life remained locked behind curtains. Suitors avoided her. Her appearance ended discussions before they began. Even among a group where cousins often married, her condition was seen as too extreme. She never married. She never had children. Her body gave up at age 32. The official reason was illness. The truth was generations of inbreeding crushed her from the inside. Her story is a whisper from Austria. The next voice cries out from Spain. Joanna of Castile, also known as Joanna the Mad, was born in 1479. She had intelligence, beauty, and language skills. But her blood held secrets planted long before her birth. Her parents were cousins, tied by royal traditions. Her marriage to Philip the Handsome was arranged. It was supposed to be a bond between nations. Instead, it became a source of constant pain. Philip was cold and unfaithful. Joanna loved him obsessively. Her feelings became her chains. People saw her grief as madness. But was she mad, or simply a broken woman in an unbearable world? After Philip died suddenly, Joanna refused to bury him. She carried his coffin across Spain. She opened it to kiss his decaying face. Her actions shocked many, but perhaps she was not mad. Perhaps she was holding on to the last person who saw her, even cruelly. Her father locked her away. Her son did the same. For 46 years, she lived in confinement. Her wounds were cold. Her body was ignored. She screamed into the night, unheard. Modern thinkers suggest she suffered from deep sorrow, not insanity. She likely had depression and trauma. Her family tree shows mental illness repeating itself. Her daughter would suffer. 2. Joanna died in silence, erased by those who feared her. Her legacy was not madness, but survival in a cage. Her pain did not come from weakness, but from being surrounded by people who never cared to understand. We now move forward to Margaret. Teresa of Spain. Born in 1651, she carried the hopes of an empire in her fragile body. Her father was Philip IV. Her mother was his niece. Margaret was promised to her uncle from birth. Her marriage was not love. It was duty. Diego Velázquez painted her often. In those paintings, a little girl stands in royal gowns. But her eyes look empty. Her jaw sticks forward. Her posture is stiff. She seems too tired to play. Her marriage to Leopold I happened when she was 15. He was 26. He was also her uncle. No one questioned this. The union was celebrated. She was forced to become a mother quickly. She tried many times. Most children died. The ones who lived were not healthy. Her body weakened. She lost blood. She lost strength. She lost herself. Her illness grew. She could not eat properly. She had seizures. She lost her voice. Physicians observed her like a project. They never blamed the cause. They only described the effects. Margaret died at 21. The empire mourned her as a failed vessel, not as a girl whose life was taken before it could begin. Her tale speaks of stolen choices and bodies treated as property. The next story returns to France. Anna of Austria was born in 1601. Her parents were Philip III and Margaret of Austria. They were uncle and niece. Her childhood was filled with delays. Speaking was hard. Eating took time. Her mind was troubled. She had anxiety. She felt afraid often. At age 14, she married Louis XIII of France. She left Spain for Versailles. She left her language, her customs, her safety. The court welcomed her with smiles, but soon the smiles faded. Her husband remained distant. Rumors said he had his own struggles. Their union stayed empty for many years. She could not bear children. The court blamed her. They tested her painfully. They cut her. They bled her. They humiliated her. No one asked if her bloodline was the issue. The weight crushed her. She stopped going outside. She feared people. She prayed constantly. After 23 years, she had a son. France celebrated. She had another child 2 years later, but joy never truly returned. Her body suffered. Her soul felt tired. She became ill often. Her face showed deep sadness. Her doctors wrote about melancholy. She died in 1666. Her son became king. She became a memory. Her story is not of triumph, but of quiet endurance. Another woman from this bloodline was Marie Antoinette. Born in 1755, she carried centuries of inbreeding in her veins. Her parents were Maria Theresa and Francis. The first, their union was less close, but the damage had already built up over generations. Marie Antoinette married Louis XVI at age 14. Her portraits show beauty, but also the family jaw. She had problems, not visible in paintings. She had pain during her cycles. She lost pregnancies. She felt deep fear. Her husband was distant, awkward. Their marriage stayed unfulfilled for years. The court mocked her. She became a joke. Doctors examined her repeatedly. No one considered the cause might be written in her genes. When she became pregnant, she suffered greatly. Her daughter lived. Others did not. She became withdrawn. She cried often. She made mistakes. Her behavior became unpredictable. People hated her. They accused her of cruelty. But inside, she was breaking. When the revolution came, she faced it with courage, but her spirit was already wounded. Her final days showed strength, but also confusion. She was not a monster. She was a girl caught in a world that never gave her peace. Deeper into the halls of history, we find the Spanish. Infanes. These were daughters and cousins of Charles II of Spain. Charles was so inbred, his genetic score was higher than children of siblings. He could not produce heirs. He could not rule with strength, but his female relatives suffered even more. Maria Margarita was born in 1651. She had difficulty speaking. She walked slowly. She showed signs of what we now call autism, yet she was married off. Her husband was also her cousin. Their marriage failed. She could not understand what was expected. Her body resisted. Her mind was confused. Her sister, Maria Theresa, had seizures. She could not climb stairs. Her spine was bent. She ate only soft food. Their home became a medical center. Surgeons, doctors, and priests walked the halls. Children were tested, treated, and recorded, but no change came. These women were asked to produce children. They feared every pregnancy. They knew what it meant. They hoped for healthy babies. They got heartbreak. Their letters spoke of grief. Their words were filled with guilt. But they did not understand it was not their fault. The science was missing. They believed they were cursed. In truth, they were victims of blind ambition. To understand why all of this happened, we must understand genes. When close relatives have children, the risk of damage rises. Hidden problems in their DNA become visible. Two weak copies come together. The child suffers. This is called inbreeding depression. It affects the body, the mind, the ability to fight disease, and the power to create new life. The Habsburg jaw was just one sign. More serious were brain issues, immune failures, emotional struggles, and birth losses. The women we discussed all suffered these results. Not by chance, but by design. Their families knew the risks, but they ignored them. Doctors wrote reports. Kings ignored them. Churches gave permissions for marriages between uncles and nieces. They claimed it was divine will. They placed blood over life. Even the women believed it. Raised to see royal blood as sacred, they agreed to marry cousins. They wanted to protect their names, but they passed pain to their children. Each new generation hoped things would improve. Each one suffered more. The line ended with Charles II. He died in 1700. He had no children. He could not. His body was too broken. His mind was too weak. His death caused war. It also brought slow change. Royals still married family, but not as closely. The message had reached them too late. These women were not failures. They were sacrifices. Their pain taught science. Their broken lives helped us understand genes. Their suffering gave rise to laws and awareness. Cousin marriages still happen in places today. The same problems return. Isolated groups face the same risks. These stories matter still, not only for science, but for compassion. These women were reduced to functions. They were treated as tools. Their voices were silenced. But now we hear them. Maria Anna wanted to read, not suffer. Joanna wanted love, not loneliness. Margaret wanted freedom, not duty. Anna wanted peace, not pressure. Marie Antoinette wanted understanding, not hatred. The Infanes wanted health, not records. They deserved better. Their stories remind us of the danger of putting blood above kindness. Their pain gave us lessons. Let us remember them not as strange cases, but as people, as daughters, as women, as human beings. If you are still listening, their voices have reached you. That alone gives their suffering meaning.